There we go. Thank you. My question was, with I don't know, I hope this wasn't asked already. There is such a huge Haitian community here in South Florida, so many Haitian soccer fans here. Can you just talk about how do you expect your team to be received? What kind of atmosphere you expect from the Haitian fans here? And does the Haitian team feel at home in Fort Lauderdale?
Oui, c'est le sentiment qu'on a,
Feeling that we have, that we are
dans l'attitude, dans l'état d'esprit sur le terrain, le montrer. On sait que les Haïtiens, ils ont un amour inconditionnel pour leur équipe et on attend à ce qu'ils viennent, à ce qu'ils nous supportent comme ils l'ont toujours fait. Mais aujourd'hui, pour leur remercier, c'est la qualification qu'on vise de par notre rang dans ce préliminaire. Mais surtout, encore une fois, je me répète, on a des objectifs propres à nous, à notre équipe et surtout par rapport au football haïtien, qu'on se doit de se respecter. Et tout cela regroupe et se retrouve directement dans l'esprit de nos fans ici à Fort Lauderdale.
Paul Nicholson.
Hi, Paul Nicholson, Inside World Football. The two games against Canada proved to be quite tough. What did you learn as a new coach from those games? And what did you learn about your players?
Beaucoup de choses parce que on a eu pas mal de petits soucis, des joueurs blessés, obligés de faire des changements de système pour adapter à tous les joueurs pour pouvoir avoir une équipe compétitive. Parfois aussi dans le plan de jeu, s'adapter aux forces de l'adversaire pour les mettre en difficulté. Il y a beaucoup d'instructions qu'on a retenues de ces deux matchs, même si sur le deuxième match, au-delà des erreurs individuelles, mais aussi le manque de 4 joueurs, dont 3 potentiellement titulaires, nous ont beaucoup fait défaut. Maintenant, on a pris, au-delà du terrain, des dispositions pour faire en sorte à ce que tous nos joueurs soient disponibles pour nous. Et aujourd'hui, c'est le cas. Et je pense qu'à partir du moment qu'on a tous nos joueurs avec nous, dans de meilleures conditions, avec une préparation beaucoup plus accrue des automatismes qui se retrouvent, c'est sûr que ce préliminaire va être plus intéressant à jouer.
Jean-Pierre Etienne.
Ok, bonsoir Jean-Jacques.
Bonsoir Jean-Pierre.
Le match est pour demain. Est-ce que le choix du gardien de but titulaire est déjà fait? Je sais qu'il y a une transition en ce sens.
Oui. C'est un choix qu'on attendait parce qu'il y a un nouveau gardien, même 2 nouveaux qui nous ont rejoints, un gardien du FC Miami et un autre jeune gardien en France qui était avec nous contre le Belize. Oui, le choix du gardien est déjà fait pour demain.
We'll take 3 more questions. José Armando Rodríguez.
Thank you. Coach, I just wanted to ask you, do you feel like Haitian football has recovered from whatever the effects of the pandemic were in 2020? Obviously, it was a very difficult year for many teams in the CONCACAF region. Do you feel like you have taken the step forward and that you have recovered from everything that went through in 2020? Thank you.
Oui, au-delà de Haïti, mais tout le monde, même si nous, différemment par rapport aux équipes de la zone, on a majoritairement nos joueurs qui arrivent d'Europe, qui ont été eux aussi affectés, mais néanmoins avec une continuité de compétition. Et cette pandémie est l'une des causes de notre disette de presque 1 an et demi sans compétition, sans rassemblement. Et on sait qu'une sélection a besoin de se retrouver. On sait que les joueurs ont besoin de se retrouver au-delà du football, mais il y a tout ce côté cohésion, ce côté cohésif qui permet à une équipe de continuer de grandir. On ne l'a pas eu. Oui, on a été affecté par cette pandémie Et aujourd'hui, on l'accepte et il faut qu'on passe au-dessus parce qu'on a la chance de continuer à faire ce qu'on aime. On a la chance de continuer à donner du plaisir et à en prendre aussi à tous ceux qui aiment ce sport. Et rien que pour eux, il faut continuer à aller vers l'avant et se battre à chaque fois.
Andrea Yanes.
Good afternoon, Coach. I wanted to ask you if all players are available for tomorrow in regards of any injury or something like that, and if you could give us the starting 11 if you have it. Thank you.
Okay. And one last question with Jean-Pierre Etienne.
OK, malheureusement, on n'a pas, je n'ai pas entendu la réponse à la dernière question concernant la disponibilité des joueurs. Et puis, pour la confirmation du poste de gardien titulaire, oui, Jean-Jacques vient de dire qu'il a fait le choix, mais qui est-il exactement demain? Qui sera dans les buts titulaires et contre Saint-Vincent? Merci.
Concernant cette question et l'avant-dernière, je pense que celle-là, c'est la dernière, mais l'avant-dernière question, j'avais dit que j'ai le 11, mais je ne peux pas le divulguer maintenant. Et c'est de même pour le gardien aussi. C'est de même pour le gardien. On attend que la CONCACAF ait cette liste. Néanmoins, on a 3 gardiens. On a eu 4 gardiens qui ont tout donné, qui se sont vraiment entraînés sur les 10 derniers jours. Et aujourd'hui, avec ce challenge qu'ils ont accepté, on a la chance de dire que demain, celui qui sera dans le but, il fera le travail, il a notre confiance, il aura la confiance de ses partenaires et avec cela, je pense que ça l'aidera à faire son match. Encore une fois, on a 23 joueurs disponibles et même 24e qui aujourd'hui s'entraînent encore avec nous. Donc, c'est très important pour nous d'avoir tout le monde et de ne laisser personne derrière.
Coach, thank you so much. Before we finish, we have some issues with the audio with the previous answer. Could you repeat the answer about the lineup for tomorrow?
Oui, je l'ai dit, je ne peux pas donner le 11 pour demain. Ce sera disponible dès demain, je pense. Dès demain midi, ce sera disponible.
Thank you, Coach.
Merci.
Now we finish the first part of the press conference. We'd like to invite player Carlens Arcus. Carlens, welcome.
Thank you.
We'll start the first question with Gaby Joseph. Gaby, go ahead.
Merci. Thank you. Arcus, 25e birthday. Comment sentez-vous avec les Grenadiers pour fêter pour une deuxième fois?
Bonsoir Gabi, je suis très très content d'être toujours avec mes coéquipiers. Aujourd'hui, je peux dire ils font partie de ma famille parce que ça fait la deuxième fois que je fête mon anniversaire avec eux. Donc, j'étais très content et c'était le 28, donc je crois que c'est déjà passé. Maintenant, c'est à nous de se concentrer sur ce match de demain pour pouvoir gagner ce match et passer pour la phase finale, quoi.
José Armando Rodríguez.
Thank you, Carlin. So I wanted to ask you, is this the opportunity for you as players to turn things around for the Haitian national team after what happened in the World Cup qualifiers. Do you see this opportunity of competing in Gold Cup as the chance to regain the trust from the Haitian fans and the respect in the CONCACAF region? Thank you.
Oui, bien sûr, cette compétition, c'est très important pour nous parce qu'on sait très bien que dans cette zone-là, c'est un peu comme notre Coupe du Monde. Donc, Haïti, nous, on doit être dans cette compétition-là tous les 2 ans. Donc, pour nous, c'est presque évident, même si on reste très humble, évidemment, mais on va continuer à travailler, on va continuer à faire ce qu'on sait faire pour qu'on progresse dans cette compétition-là, parce qu'on sait très bien que pour préparer, par exemple, une Coupe du Monde qui va bientôt arriver après cette Coupe du Monde 2022, on doit passer par là, par cette compétition-là. Donc, on va tout faire pour qu'on se qualifie déjà. Et après, quand on est dans la compétition, on va essayer d'aller plus loin et d'écrire aussi une autre histoire plus qu'on avait fait en 2019, quoi.
Next question. Jean-Pierre, go ahead.
Bonsoir, Collins. Ma question est la suivante. J'ai remarqué une certaine quantité de joueurs très jeunes dans le groupe et dans les 23 de Jean-Jacques tels que publiés. Pour vous qui avez maintenant 5-6 ans de présence en sélection nationale, comment voyez-vous l'intégration de ces jeunes joueurs dans l'équipe?
Bonsoir Jean-Pierre. L'intégration des jeunes, c'est toujours pareil. Quand les jeunes ils viennent en sélection, ils se sentent toujours à l'aise parce que Haïti, c'est un pays très universel. Il y a beaucoup de... C'est comme une famille en fait. Donc, la question ne se pose pas en interne. À l'extérieur, peut-être que ça peut poser des questions, mais à l'interne, ça ne se pose pas parce que c'est comme si on est des potes, on est une famille en fait. Donc, l'intégration, ça se fait naturellement, même s'il y a des joueurs qui ne parlent pas forcément notre langue maternelle, qui c'est créole. Mais avec le foot, avec l'intelligence et l'expérience aussi que les jeunes ils peuvent apporter, et c'est déjà bien pour l'intégration, quoi. Donc, et puis, pour un joueur comme moi qui a déjà 5-6 ans en sélection et d'autres joueurs encore, qui est du 15 Nazon, Ricardo Adé, et Christian Junior. Donc, ce sont des joueurs que les jeunes peuvent compter sur eux, quoi. Donc, c'est à nous de bien les intégrer. Et je pense qu'on l'a déjà très, très bien fait. Et on continue à faire cette démarche-là pour qu'ils se sentent très, très bien dans la sélection.
We'll take one last question. Jean-Pierre, go ahead.
OK, Collins, on sait également que tu n'as pas été très bien physiquement lors des derniers matchs de la sélection nationale, que ce soit à l'aller contre le Canada ou contre le Nicaragua et Turk and Caicos. Est-ce que maintenant, tu es à 100%?
Je peux dire oui, je suis à 100%. Après, vous savez très bien,
You know very well.
l'athlète professionnel, il a besoin de jouer des matchs pour trouver son rythme et son niveau de 100% pour jouer un match de haut niveau, quoi. Donc, je pense que je suis à 100%. Et le match de demain, ça va être un gros challenge collectivement et individuellement pour moi aussi, et pour que je m'évalue par rapport à la forme que j'avais avant que je suis venu en sélection. Donc, je vais essayer de tout donner pour qu'on se qualifie et puis on verra, quoi.
Carlos, thank you so much. With this, we conclude the press conference. Thank you to all media members for your participation. We'll connect for the next one at 4 p.m. Thank you. coach from the St. Vincent and Grenadines, Kendall Mercury. If you have any questions, please raise your virtual hand and I'll give you the floor. We'll start with Manuel Medina.
Okay, good afternoon to everybody. It's a pleasure to be here for us. Let me apologize for the appearance. You have been in lockdown for about 2 months, and we weren't taking any chances in relation to get into this game. So, yes, Haiti is the most difficult team on paper, but that's on paper. The game is played on the field. The game will be played tomorrow. 11 players versus 11 until if the referee decides differently, which I hope don't happen on our part, maybe on the Haitian part. We must play the top teams in CONCACAF if we are to grow as a nation, St. Vincent and Grenadines. This has always been my objective as a coach when I started the job on the 3rd of January 2019. This is part of the test that we have to go through. Our objective is to, win this one-off game. It's just a one-off, and then focus on the next game if it's possible. If we don't come out successful, there will be positive. The positive thing is that we are here. That counts for something. We were in a very difficult group in the CONCACAF Nations League. Nobody expected us to be here. And coming second to Nicaragua, who is above us, Suriname, who was above us, So it's an opportunity we're going to take with both hands. And as I said to the players, just to play in Inter Miami Stadium is amazing. So for tomorrow, we give our hearts, we give everything. We back in 2009 when we first started, we had a mantra, a motto: passion, pride, and heart. And that is all I ask for tomorrow from the players. And if they give that, we will be happy at the end of the day.
Archbell.
Hi, Coach. Archbell with CONCACAF.com. It seems like St. Vincent and the Grenadines is going to be playing for a lot more, considering the volcano that happened on the island a couple of months ago, and it's been a tough time for people there back home. And so, has your team found inspiration from that, and is there a little extra motivation to be able to deliver smiles and happy faces to all the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines for all the tough times in the last couple of months?
Yes, you are exactly correct. When we were here in Gold Cup in 1996, one of our best outing for our football history is 1979, which was also the year of an eruption. We are hoping that we could also use that as a springboard for motivation. But beyond that, to be very honest, getting here, there was a series of unfortunate events. So the players know, and the staff know, and our federation know the difficulty in getting here. Those series of unfortunate events are what the players need to use as a motivating factor, because it wasn't easy getting here. Maybe you guys will know the story later on. I won't reveal it here, but it was very rough road getting here eventually.
Next question. Archbell.
Yeah, Coach, and just another question. Can you speak about just what it means to have a player like Cornelius Stewart on your team, a veteran player, inspirational player, a guy who scored so many goals and has played in so many games? What what does it mean to have him on your team, and what influence he has on your younger players?
Well, that's one of the unfortunate events. Now you ask the question, I have to reveal it. Cornelius Truth will not be part of the Rooster, simply because we had some challenges with visas. Cornelius being one of those players. He obtained his B1, B2 visas when he was at Vancouver. So his application went through Canada. And when we did his application in Bridgeton, Barbados, we were told his application must go back to the U.S. Embassy in Canada. So he won't be part of the outfit. However, he's an inspiration around the players because he's been around for a long time. I've worked with him back in 2009 and 2010. He was the U20 captain then, and we have an excellent relationship. To not have him around the dressing room is something that takes away, a little bit. But there are also a lot of influential players here. Darren is one also. Darren is also a player from our stint in 2009 and 2010. So Darren knows exactly what he has to do as now the leader and the captain for this this game. And he's well disciplined. He's up to the task. He's always been a leader around the dressing room and training around the players. Added bonus to him, he's a policeman, so he has that discipline. He knows what's needed to be done. So we are in great hands.
Paul Nicholson.
Hi, sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. The World Cup qualifying, you had a couple of really tough ones with Curacao and Guatemala. But Cuba, you kind of pulled it back a bit because Cuba aren't generally a poor team. They're generally a very good team and consistently qualify for Gold Cups. Why was that? Was there a material difference in the team? Did you learn something new? I mean, was there a major improvement along the way?
That is where the unfortunate events with the Valkyrie came in. Before we went to our first game in Curacao, we had a good prep, but we didn't have any friendlies, and we had asked for some friendlies. I think the first game, the team actually took the first half, which we conceded 4 goals in, to get up to speed with the pace of the international level with a team at the caliber of Curacao. And as you see, our second half was a better performance goal-wise because they adapted tactically and otherwise. The game versus Guatemala was basically for us a disaster, right, in terms of the scoreline. But again, we really had a tough time going into Guatemala. For example, as I say, back home, there was no training because St. Vincent was full of asphalt. There's no field. The air wasn't clean. We were more worried about the human resources, our players, our staff. So that was the time we were reaching out to make sure everybody is safe because a lot of our players actually lived in the red zone. So that was more of a challenge for us. I personally had 3 players at my apartment from the red zone, one being one of the national goalkeepers. So we didn't prepare. We didn't have a preparation time. We came up with a plan. We went to Grenada, a neighboring island, who embraced us and gave us that time to come there and look after us with hotels, food, and training. But even in Grenada, the time wasn't enough because we had 9 days, I think, to prepare when we went to Grenada. Then in Grenada, we had some really devastating news, which knocked the players psychologically because our number 1 goalkeeper, Dwayne Tallman Sandy, was gunned down back home, and our camp was in pieces, and we had a couple of days to travel to Guatemala. We went to Guatemala with all those burden on our shoulder, on top of not getting to prepare in a altitude environment that is needed to play in Guatemala. We had requested that we been in Guatemala a week prior to the game so we could have been acclimatized. Then our airline, which is a private charter, had mechanical issues. So we actually got to Guatemala a day and a half before the match. The performance wasn't based on the ability of the team. The performance was based on we weren't ready psychologically and we weren't acclimatized. So in the Cuba game, you saw a little bit better because we came back at normal altitude. To be honest, you may say that, you saw the 0-1 loss. For me, if we had played just a little bit of football in that game, we would have won. The on-field performance that I and the staff wanted, the execution that we wanted, attacking-wise, position-wise, wasn't done. But people saw the scoreline. The defense was absolutely much better than usual. But as I said, if we had played just a little bit of football, there's no way we were going to lose a Cuban game. We'd have at least have drawn that game. So that's the situation from the World Cup. Gold Cup is already on my mind, so forgive me.
Jose Armando Rodriguez.
Thank you. Coach, I wanted to ask you, now that you mentioned that Cornelius is not available, how many players do you have available tomorrow? Is there anybody else that is not going to be fit for tomorrow or that did not travel with the team? And also, I wanted to ask you, when you face Haiti, and both of the teams are coming out from an elimination from the World Cup, do you feel like this is the time maybe for St. Vincent and the Grenadines to believe a little bit more and compete against Haiti, such an important rival in the Caribbean? Thank you.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. We presently have 13 players here. We should have had 20. Those are visa challenges. So fact remain, we have a team, 11 players and 2 on the bench. So that is the reality. So we are prepared. The blessing with the 13 players that are here are mainly the starters. So that's great for us. In relation to Haiti, yes, it's a big challenge and a fight because we know the Haitians somehow have a magic formula for making Gold Cup. They are always here. That's why it's so important to us. We can take this game. It would do good for belief that we can always be here. Our objective, or my objective is to get to the Gold Cup every 2 years. The objective we agreed on when I signed on, and the coach was, I have 2 cycles to make the Gold Cup. This is actually, we are ahead of a target. So we are in a preliminary, just outside that 2 years. So it's a stepping stone, and we'll learn from it either way. And as I say, we are absolutely going out to win this game. That's as simple as I could put it.
Coach, thank you. Coach, thank you so much. With this, we finish the first part of the press conference. Now we would like to invite player Dorian Hamlet.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
If you have any questions from Dorian, you can raise your virtual hand and I'll give you the floor. Archibald.
Hey, Darren. Archibald with CONCACAF.com. Just what would it mean to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, to the team, to the nation, if you all were to advance and reach the Gold Cup group stage?
First of all, good afternoon. For us as a team, I think it will mean a lot for us. I mean, Gold Cup for us as a small nation is like our World Cup. I mean, you know the difficulties we're facing to reach a World Cup. Understand? So reaching the Gold Cup would mean a lot to the players, the coaching staff, and the fans at home. So while we're here, we're just here to fight as much as we can to get there.
Jose Armando Rodriguez.
Thank you, Darren. Coach just mentioned that you only have 13 players available for tomorrow. Does that bring like the warrior mentality to the players that are available? Just enjoying the opportunity of competing in Gold Cup. What is the mentality that you guys have just hours before the match? Thanks.
Well, yeah, I mean, as you know, playing with 13 players at this level, you're already at a disadvantage. You know, and the coach said we face a lot of challenges building up to the game. So, I mean, our mentality, I mean, we just have to go out there and enjoy it because, as I said, we had a disadvantage already. So we just had to go out and work with what we have and fight. Everybody have to fight for everyone, including the coaching staff and the 1 or 2 players we have on the bench. Everybody had to go out and pull the weight because we really have much to rely on.
Andrea Janis.
Good afternoon, Darren. I wanted to ask you, what can you tell us about Haiti and how you guys have studied their game and what do you expect tomorrow? Because as you said, with 13 players, it's going to be difficult, but I guess you have seen that Haiti in the Pre-Olympico went through the same things and got some good results. So I guess that would be nice for you guys to do, right?
Yeah, we watched a few of the Haiti games and seen some of their players. And as the coach said, Haiti is one of the tank-ranked team in our region. So we expect it's going to be a difficult game. You understand? But if you want to reach the top, you have to be able to beat the best teams. And we are ready to go out and try our best because our objective is to get to the Gold Cup. So we know it's not going to be easy. Just unfortunately, we have to meet Haiti, which is a very good team, but our objective remains the same. So we're just going to go out and fight.
Eli Hoff.
Thanks. Doran, what have the conversations looked like among the team as you all work through some really difficult events? How are you all able to kind of come together to stay focused on the games ahead?
Well, some of the things that we do, you know, we try to keep a family vibes within the team. I mean, as the coach said, we all going through a lot. The volcano, the goalkeeper situation, you know. So we just try to keep a vibes within the camp, you know, camaraderie, keep players smiling, you know, have a little conversation here and there, you know, checking up on players. So we'll stay focused. We won't really get down to that mental breakdown or anything, you know. But each one of us are focused on the game for tomorrow.
Paul Nicholson.
Yeah, from what we're hearing, you're probably already everybody's favourite to win this game, or everybody's favourite team that they would like to see win. I mean, you talk about fighting. Haiti are very good at fighting. How are you going to cope with that physical challenge?
Well, yeah, I mean, as you said, Haiti is a pretty good team. They're good at fighting, but I mean, the good thing is that we all know what Haiti can do, but not much know what we can do. So, I mean, it's about who wants it most. They want to reach to the Gold Cup because they're accustomed being in the Gold Cup. And we've been there once, you know, so we want to get there again. So it's about who wants it most on the day. I mean, anybody can beat anybody on the given day.
Doran, thank you so much. With this, we conclude the press conference with St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We'll invite all media members to stay online for the next press conference with Bermuda at 4:30. Thank you.
Thank you.